So I'm a subscriber to the local newspaper, the Boston Globe, and you read it every day, you see what the articles are, and they really don't give you much way to interact with the newspaper. In fact, they don't give me any way to interact with the newspaper. You know, I've always, in my mind, would have loved to get a photo in the Boston Globe, but there's really no way to get that to happen. The Boston Globe did have a online little section where you can send your photo into the Boston Globe, and they say, send us in your wedding pictures. So I went to send in a wedding photo, and I looked at their terms and conditions, and it says, by sending in this photo, we now own your photo. And I was thinking, wait a second, I don't want them to own my wedding photo. Couldn't we just share it? But no, that isn't how the terms and conditions were, so I didn't send in a photo. So that's my relationship with the Boston Globe. Then BostonNOW came into Boston, and they, contacted me, and they're like, hey, we're going to be the bloggers newspaper. We're going to give you a blog, you can write on the blog, and some of the best blog writings we'll put in the newspaper. I was like, wow, this is great. And I actually went around Boston with this thought in the back of my mind, if I saw something interesting, I could take a photo of it and maybe get it in the newspaper. So I was kind of like a beat photographer for BostonNOW, just in my own mind, and I would come across things that were interesting for the newspaper and ended up getting published in the newspaper, so that was real exciting. So a great story about that is I was down in Nantucket on vacation, and I took this beautiful picture of a little boy on the beach, and it was around 4 o'clock, and I went back to my hotel, and I sent the photo into BostonNOW, and that photo ended up in the next day's newspaper, which was amazing and great and exciting and would never happen with the Boston Globe. So what I felt about the Boston Globe versus BostonNOW is that the Boston Globe is theirs, and BostonNOW was a newspaper that was ours. The bloggers and the readers had a way to participate in the making of the newspaper, and it became ours.